Hey everybody, it's Kids Coding and welcome back to another video. I just want to start out that this video is going to be a very different video than all the other videos I'm doing. First things first, very noticeable that I'm doing a face cam, so you kind of get a face reveal sort of thing. I just decided to do a face cam for this video. I don't know if I'll continue doing face cams. It all depends on the recording software I'm using. So yeah, if I continue to use face cams, then yeah, pretty much that. The second thing is that one of my friends from kindergarten, his channel name is Lou521. He recommended me a different software so I could put all my code in instead of Notepad, and it's very helpful. I tried doing it off camera, really good. So thank you so much, Lou521, for recommending me this. It is called Sublime Text. You can download it. Link will be in the description below. So anyway, let's get started with what a for loop is. So a for loop is usually for iterating or repeating a sequence. This can either be a list, a tuple, a dictionary, a set, or a string. I've done all of them except for a dictionary. You can view all of them in the top right hand corner. So I haven't done dictionaries once again, so yeah, I'll do that soon whenever I have time. So with the for loop, we can just execute a set of statements using either one of the 5 things I mentioned. So first, I just want to go with the basics, demonstrating the list. I did cover this briefly in the other 4 videos, so yeah, this might be a little bit of a review. So let's say we make a category called desserts. I'm gonna give a group of desserts. And there we have created our list. After this, we can then say for x in desserts. And then let's say print x. So what this will do is that it will loop all the elements in the list. So it'll say like donuts, and then enter, and then cakes, and then enter, and then cupcakes. And then so on, whatever you put in the list. So let me save it, and then go to my command prompt. Oh. Let me go back and add that comma. And as you see there, it says donuts, cakes, cupcakes, and it pretty much loops all of them. So that is the case for 4 of them. But there is one exception to this, and it's called strings. So if you don't know already, strings are basically words. So like if I did for x in donut, and then let's say print x. Instead of printing all the elements, there is no list. So what it will do is that it will loop through all the letters. So let me save it and then show you. And as you see, that's what it does. It loops all the letters in the string. So it works a little bit different from sets, lists, tuples, and dictionaries. We then have the statements, which I covered in while loops, which was the previous video, which are also another type of loops. So, the break statement is just when we can stop the loop before it has looped through all the items. This can be done in 2 ways. You can do it after the print, or you can do it before the print. So let's say desserts, and then let's say and then after that, let's do 4x in desserts. And then let's say print x. And then after that, let's say if x is cakes, then let's add a space and let's say break. And then let me add a colon there. So what will happen is that it will continue the sequence but leave out cupcakes. So it will add whatever x is. So whatever x is, it will include it in the loop. So when we loop it, it will include what we put as x. But if we put the break before the print, so if I did something like that, you will notice that it won't show cakes, and that's exactly what it does. So in summary, I want to conclude break statements by saying, if the x value is before the, if like the break, no, my bad. So if the break is before the print, then whatever the x value is will not print. If the break is after the print, then whatever the x value is will print in the loop or in the list. So that is pretty much it for breaks. So then we got the continue statement. With the continue statement, we can stop the current iteration of the loop and continue with the next. So let's say we got desserts as our list, and oh my god, I forgot how to spell donuts for a second. Okay, so we created our list. I have a habit of doing that. Remember, do a list, not a set. And then let's say 4x in desserts. And then after that, let's say if x is cakes. And let's do a colon, and let's say continue. And then let's say print x. Okay, everything seems good, so let's save it. And as you see, what happens is that it excludes whatever x is. So it excludes cakes, and it continues on with it. So whatever you put as x, it will exclude it, and it will continue on in the list or in the set or whatever. So that's pretty much it with continue statements. So once again, whatever x is, it will be excluded, and it will continue on when you put the keyword continue. So then we got the range function. What the range function does is that it will give you a sequence of numbers. So it's like a sequence. It will start from 0 and end at whatever specified number. So let's say if I said for x in range 6 or x in range 5. Let's say print x. So what ends up happening is that it prints all the numbers starting from 0, but it stops at 4. So whatever number you put, it won't be included. It will just include from starting from 0 and then going to the number before whatever number you put in the code. We can even put a range of like, it's kind of similar to the range of indexes, like a coordinate point. So if I did like 2, 8, for example, what this will do is that it will start from 2 and then go all the way stopping at 7. So yeah, it will start from 2 and then go all the way to 7, and it will be a sequence. We finally can do something a little bit different. As you've seen on the other 2 examples that I've done, each number has gone up in an increment of 1. So in other words, it's just been increasing by 1 every time we go down. We can change that. So if I said 30 and then did 3, let's see if it works without a space. And as you see, what happens is that it starts from 2 and then stops at the last number before 30. So that it keeps on going by 3, and it's counting by 3, so it adds 3 each time. So that is pretty much it with the range function. We then have the else keyword, I guess is what I can call it. Yep, the else keyword. So the else keyword is what specifies a block of code to be executed when the loop is finished. So when the loop is done, we can make the else keyword say something. So let's say for x in range, let's say 5, and then let's say print x, and let's say else, and then print done. So what ends up happening here is that it will do what I said. So it will print all the numbers starting from 0 to 4, and then after 4 it will then say done because it's finished. Or you can edit that, you can just say finish. It'll still work, the text can be edited. Same thing. So that is pretty much it with the else. Then we got the nested loops. A nested loop is pretty much an inner loop. It's pretty much two lists or two whatever in together, I guess is what you call it. It's a loop in a loop. Yeah, that's what it's called. So in essence, nested loops are basically a game of combinations. So let's say I had the following items: pizza, salad, water, and Coke. If I were to play a game of combinations with these 4 items, I would end up having a total of 4 possible combinations. I could pair each food with a specific drink. So I could do pizza water, salad water, pizza Coke, or salad Coke. That is 4 total combinations you can make with one food and one drink. So the same thing works here with our code. So let's say I would make an adjective to describe my sugary sweets, to describe my desserts. I'm going to say they are sweet, they are sugary, they are and they are delicious. And then I'm going to put down my list. So desserts, donuts, cakes, and cupcakes. And then after that, let's say for x in adjective. And then let's say for y in desserts. And then finally, let's just say print x, y. So what happens is that it matches everything in the it just pretty much matches everything in the outer circle one time with everything in the inner circle. So once again, it's like a game of combinations. It's just a game of combinations. Let me show you guys. So it starts, so it's just sweet, and then it says sweet donut, sweet cake, sweet cupcakes, sugary donut, sugary cake, sugary cupcakes. So everything on the outer loop, so the outer loop is pretty much just pretty much the first one. The inner loop is just the second one. So you can just pair one thing with the outer loop and then one thing with the inner loop. And yeah, that is pretty much that. So once again, it's a game of combinations. So lastly, we have the pass statement. The pass statement is just, you can just avoid yourself from getting an error. So if I were to say for x in what's a good one? 0, 1, 2. That works. And then let's just say pass for the sake of it. So if we wanted to put something random without any context, what will happen is that the command prompt will give an error. But if we say pass, there's no error. It's avoided. And as you see, it just gives a blank and it moves on. So it avoids you from getting an error. So that is pretty much everything with for loops. There are also another type of loop called while loops. And thank you to Lou521 for helping me plan out this video. Be sure to subscribe to his channel, link will be in the description below, or you can click right here to subscribe to his channel. Thank you everyone for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're brand new for more coding content, and like this video. And once again, I'll see you guys next time.